Welcome back, BLLC Network News. At least 3 people have been killed and more than 30 others injured in what Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has called a massive overnight aerial assault by Russia. According to Ukrainian authorities, regions across the country came under heavy attack in the early hours of the morning. President Zelensky said the strikes were part of a deliberate strategy designed not only to damage infrastructure, but also to spread fear among civilians. He warned that Russia's campaign of destruction continues to threaten the daily lives of millions of Ukrainians. One of the most devastating incidents occurred when a missile struck a residential apartment building. Local emergency services reported that several families were trapped under the rubble, while dozens of residents were forced to flee into the night. Rescue workers have been working tirelessly to save lives, even as new waves of air alerts continue across the country. Ukraine's Air Force said that in total, Moscow launched 619 drones and missiles, making it one of the largest and most sustained aerial offensives in recent months. The Ukrainian military claimed it successfully intercepted a significant portion of the incoming attacks, but admitted that the sheer scale of the assault overwhelmed their air defenses in some areas. The Russian Defense Ministry confirmed the strikes but gave a different account. Officials in Moscow said the massive strike used precision-guided weapons and targeted Ukraine's military-industrial facilities. They insisted the attacks were aimed at crippling Ukraine's ability to produce and maintain weapons, not at civilian targets. However, images and videos emerging from Ukrainian cities show destroyed homes, shattered windows, and civilians searching through debris. Clear evidence, Kyiv says, that Russia's actions are hitting ordinary people. In a separate development, Russia reported that 4 people were killed in a Ukrainian drone strike on the Samara region, hundreds of kilometers inside Russian territory. Moscow said residential areas were affected, while Kyiv claimed the operation targeted a major oil refinery that supplies fuel for Russia's military. The exchange of strikes underscores a deepening cycle of retaliation between the two countries. Analysts say the growing use of drones, missiles, and long-range strikes is widening the conflict's impact, hitting both frontline regions and areas far from a battlefield. As the war enters yet another critical phase, the toll on civilians continues to mount. Families in Ukraine remain under constant air raid alerts, while Russian citizens are now experiencing more frequent strikes on their own soil. The international community has condemned the rising civilian casualties and renewed calls for de-escalation, but both Kyiv and Moscow remain determined to press forward with their strategies. For now, the fighting shows no signs of slowing, and the human cost of this war continues to rise. This is BLLC Network News.